Nobody expected Kendrick Lamar to strike at 12:01 a.m. on April 11th, the exact minute Drake's camp had circled for its last-ditch chart blitz. The instant Kendrick's Luther video hit YouTube, the Hot 100 froze. Kendrick and SZA locked an 8th straight week at number 1, while Drake's Nokia slammed into an invisible ceiling it still hasn't cracked. 3 deliberate choices made the drop lethal. First, the timing. Billboard's tracking week resets every Friday, so a Monday morning premiere buys 5 full days of streams, radio ads, and social chatter before the counts close. By sunrise, Luther owned Twitter. By lunchtime, Spotify pinned it to today's top hits. By Tuesday midweek, projections already showed Drake boxed out. Second, the director. Kendrick quietly hired Karena Evans, the Toronto filmmaker behind Drake's Scorpion-era smashes Nice for What, In My Feelings, and I'm Upset. It was a velvet-gloved jab that murmured, "Your signature look now works for me." Third, the aesthetic. Luther toggles between velvety black and white and sudden bursts of saturated color, the same palette Kendrick used in January's GNX teasers. Drake's Nokia, released March 31st, leans on similar monochrome, but Kendrick's version feels intentional, refined, and, crucially, first mover. Those 3 factors lit the fuse, yet the explosion was bigger than anyone predicted. In its first 24 hours, the clip logged 16 million views, Kendrick's personal best, and sparked more than 250,000 TikTok creations that topped 400 million plays before the week closed. User-generated clips are the algorithm's oxygen, and Kendrick flooded the platform while Drake's editors were still polishing choreography tutorials. Every hour, the gap widened. Most listeners never think about the accounting behind a number 1 record, but Kendrick's team does. A dawn hour premiere lands on YouTube's homepage as the US East Coast wakes up. Reaction videos, stitches, and lyric breakdowns rack up before Los Angeles even pours its first coffee. Because Luther was already number 1, the new traffic didn't just add, it multiplied. Drake's Nokia enjoyed a glossy IMAX debut that front-loaded its spike. By Monday morning, it was sliding, and Kendrick timed his drop to land squarely on that downslope. Behind the scenes, label analysts track momentum velocity, the rate at which a song's daily streams accelerate or decelerate. A score above 1.2 means buzz is growing, below 0.8 means fade out. On drop day, Luther rocketed to 1.67, while Nokia slipped to 0.74. The chart outcome was sealed 5 days before Billboard printed the numbers. Karena Evans' resume reads like a Drake highlight reel. She crystallized his 2018 look: Super 8-grain, women-centric casts, playful choreography. Kendrick flips that vocabulary. The opening hallway shot places him where Drake usually stands. Center frame, eyes locked, yet the vibe is colder, more meditative, almost ecclesiastical. It's Drake's language spoken with Kendrick's cadence. Evans even sneaks in a blink-and-miss clapboard reading Take 6.era, hinting this is chapter 6 of a larger plan. Conspiracy theorists note the 9 dots in PG Lang's logo and wonder if 9 chapters are coming. Evans turned down a 7-figure fashion campaign to shoot Luther, choosing art over ads. That decision echoes throughout the clip. No product placement, no shoe close-ups, just narrative. When viewers sense purity of intent, they watch longer and share harder. Her collaboration also signals a quiet revolt. Creative talent in Drake's hometown aligning with his rival, proof that loyalty in the streaming era follows inspiration, not geography. Room 411 glows behind Kendrick, nodding to the April 11th release date and to Mary J. Blige's What's the 411, produced by Luther Vandross. A burst of camera flash spells dot in Morse code. A rusted birdcage swings open for half a second. Inside, a stone owl sits headless. OVO diehards call it disrespect. Kendrick fans call it art. A marquee blinks GNX2, teasing a deluxe album or mini-doc. The final door bears a brass plate etched TDE Archives, a playful nod to Kendrick's old label and maybe a tease at unreleased gems. A pocket watch freezes at 5:04 p.m., the date Luther Vandross's debut solo album dropped, May 4th, 1981. SZA's fingernails spell Room 07 in tiny rhinestones, foreshadowing the London tour stop on July 7th. During the silent corridor, a choir hums the notes B-A-B-Y. Fans predict a Baby Keem cameo on tour. On the wall behind the owl, graffiti reads Troll Alt Deluxe, a wink that SZA's long-rumored deluxe is real. The camera's final pullback reveals 8 locked doors. When slowed to half speed, the lights above them flash in the pattern 1-3-4-2-6-5-8-7. A Fibonacci spiral rearranged, numerologists argue it maps the setlist order for the tour. Each clue rewards pausers without confusing first-timers. Catnip for retention. Reaction channels have already churned out hours of Easter egg-explained content, extending the song's life far beyond its runtime. Luther flips Cheryl Lynn and Luther Vandross's duet, If This World Were Mine. Vandross, despite shelves of Grammys, never scored a solo Hot 100 nor one. Kendrick's homage fixes that oversight. TikTok edits of the raw sample spiked 300% overnight. Spotify searches for Vandross vaulted into the global viral 50. Clearance wasn't just a check. Paglang pitched a package, a short film screening at the Apollo, a scholarship fund for music education nonprofits, and a promise the vocal would stay un-auto-tuned. Respect plus tangible benefit opened a gate money alone couldn't. In interviews, Luther's estate has called the partnership the most thoughtful request we've ever received. Kendrick also pledged the first $1 million of Luther streaming revenue to the Luther Vandross Foundation, announcing it with a single-line press release. Give the next Luther his first microphone. No Instagram carousel, no red carpet photo op, just intent. The press release circulated faster than most label announcements precisely because it felt like an anti-announcement. No spectacle, only substance. The video's rooms mirror the blueprint of the Grand National Stadium tour tunnels. Seating chart leaks show labeled Room 0108 corridors behind a rotating cube stage. Merch teasers already read Room 03 Seattle, Room 08 London, hinting each city unlocks a new vignette. Paglang's beta app will hand ticket holders room keys that reveal behind-the-scenes clips, AR filters, and unreleased stems, geo-fenced to the stadium. Every stop becomes its own news cycle. Social media does the marketing free. 3 shows will pilot blockchain ticketing. The QR on each pass yields a fractional share of royalties from a forthcoming live EP. Critics call it gimmicky, fans call it revolutionary. Either way, the headlines keep Kendrick in tech columns as well as music blogs. Backstage sources describe the stage cube as a rotating memory palace. 4 faces display live-edited visuals, and between songs the cube spins to reveal a new room that matches one from the video. Each rotation cues a short spoken-word vignette, expanding the GNX mythos. The production team imported a custom hydraulic system usually reserved for Broadway mega musicals. Kendrick's crew will be the first to tour it in outdoor stadiums. SZA's warm color shots contrast Kendrick's grayscale, doubling playlist reach into R&B and pop lanes. She reportedly shot solo footage on set for her next single. In the outro, she mouths the Vandross line, "I'll give you anything," but her voice is muted, likely to explode live on tour. Her team calls it Control 2 Season. Kendrick calls it Synergy. The unvoiced lyric is more than a tease, it's a data experiment. Paglang wants to see whether fans will clip the silent line, add their own vocals on TikTok, and effectively crowdsource hype for the live version. Early numbers say yes. The I Give You Anything challenge hit 60 million views in 5 days, with singers layering harmonies over the muted clip. Mid-video silence birthed a cottage industry of theories. Paglang fanned the flames by DMing fans random room phrases every afternoon at 4:11 p.m. Some got Room 05, Mirror Maze, others Room 02, Echo Chamber. Fans printed badges, made Discord servers, and mapped timelines. The speculation itself drives rewatches. Kendrick's genius lies in the vacuum he leaves for audiences to fill. A Reddit user discovered that if you overlay the Luther audio waveform onto the GNX tour poster, peaks line up with the 8 room numbers. That coincidence spawned a 400-comment thread and 3-hour-long YouTube breakdowns. Whether intentional or not, the theory machine keeps spinning, and each spin adds another 1,000 streams. Industry ripples and next moves, rapid-fire rundown. ASCAP lists GNX Interlude 2, SZA plus Terrace Martin. Probable mid-tour drop. IMAX partnership limited Luther screenings plus a 25-minute 1.43.1 making of doc. Fashion ripple. Kendrick's bespoke suit by Ghanaian designer Kwame Boateng tripled Boateng's Instagram following in 48 hours. Label scramble. Two majors just greenlit Mystery Room video sets for Q3 releases, openly citing Kendrick as proof of concept. Drake's counterplay, clearing a Lauryn Hill sample for his deluxe, clearance fees alone reportedly top $750K. Streaming platforms, Apple Music quietly rolled out a replay index metric for internal use. Sources say it was inspired by Luther's abnormal rewatch curves. Podcast circuit, music business shows booked PG Lang engineers instead of artists, a first-time move that spotlights the data brains behind the drop. Education angle. NYU's Clive Davis Institute added Luther rollout to its fall syllabus on modern marketing. A decade ago, Kendrick rattled rap by naming names on Control. Now he rattles it harder by naming none. The headless owl, the color coding, each image invites viewers to swing the hammer. Loud shots trend, silent symbols stick. YouTube tracks unique rewatch triggers, moments where viewers scrub back. Luther spikes at 147, owl, 258, silent corridor, 422, isolated Vandross vocal. Multiple spikes mark the video as rewatchable, boosting recommendation weight. Nokia shows one spike at the phone booth fire and fades. TikTok's For You algorithm measures loop-through rate, the percentage of viewers who watch a video more than once in the same session. Luther sits at an unprecedented 47%. In algorithmic terms, that's rocket fuel. A video that people loop is a video the platform will push. Drake's Nokia rests at 18%. For all the chess moves, Kendrick still delivers raw emotion. Halfway through the song, he pauses, inhales audibly, and lets the sample breathe. You hear Vandross's voice float over minimal instrumentation, and Kendrick whispers, "Sing it for the ones they tried to hush." That line isn't in the radio edit, it lives only in the video. It's an Easter egg with heart, a reminder that beneath the strategy beats genuine admiration for soul music's forebears. That respect echoes in his live band choices. Tour rehearsals reveal a 12-piece ensemble featuring strings, horns, and a Rhodes piano, luxuries in a trap-dominant era. Sound engineers leaked that Kendrick requested 0 backing tracks on Vandross portions, a rarity when most stadium acts rely on pre-recorded stems. He wants the human breath, the slight imperfection, the soul, and he's betting audiences want it too. Ticket holder surveys sent after the Super Bowl halftime show found that 68% of respondents cited live musicianship as the highlight, higher than fireworks or guest cameos. Kendrick internalized the data and doubled down. PG Lang's internal motto is "signal over noise." Employees carry blank notebooks with that phrase embossed on the cover. Meetings reportedly start with a noise audit, where team members identify distractions they can strip away from an idea. Luther is the purest expression yet. One sample, 2 voices, minimal color, maximum conversation. Their release calendar follows a lunar cadence. Major drops land near new moons when social media sentiment tends to spike for music topics. It sounds mystical, but data analysts confirm the correlation. Less movie chatter, fewer sporting events, more attention bandwidth for music. April 11th fell 2 days before the Aries new moon. Pug Lang considered April 9th, rejected it for overlap with a K-pop comeback, and locked the 11th. Hip-hop rarely lets a single moment define an era, but Luther feels close. It synthesizes Kendrick's 3 superpowers: narrative depth, strategic precision, and cultural reverence. If the dot era ended tomorrow, this drop would stand as its thesis statement: win quietly, honor loudly, let the art talk longer than the noise. For Drake, the challenge is existential. He's still a streaming titan, but Nokia shows that brute force promo can't outrun narrative gravity. To shift the story, he'll need either an artistic reinvention or a cultural event of equal depth. A Lauryn Hill sample might hint at both, but clearing the sample is only step 1. Giving it meaning is step 2. Kendrick Lamar has weaponized subtlety, turning a midnight upload into a chart stranglehold, borrowing his rival's director, and giving a soul legend overdue flowers without a single direct diss. The crown isn't just his. The how of claiming it is the lesson. And the suspense now isn't whether he keeps it, but what's waiting behind the next locked door. Deluxe album, short film, new artist reveal? Whatever it is, the drop is probably already on PG Lang's launchpad. Spot an Easter egg the rest of us missed and hit subscribe. Because in the dot era, Kendrick's next move is always closer than you think.